Okay, thank you, Billy. Now, the next award, I'm actually pulling out all the stops today because a lot of these people don't know that they're ever getting these awards. So the next award goes out to an officer, and actually we call this award the Premier Officer Award. Day of service, the youth secretariat initiatives, food drives, redoing your buckets and actually creating your buckets every year, bill feedbacks, all the subcommittee calls, fundraising, delegation outreach, redoing conference manuals. These are just a few of the things that officers have to do on an annual basis, on a daily basis, and sometimes on a nightly basis as well. And every year I have the privilege of being able to work with anywhere from, I guess during my time here, 24 to now 32 amazing young individuals who span from all the delegations here. And it's enriching for me to see what each person brings every year to the experience, to the officer corps, and setting forth a new trend for what officers for future generations are able to do. And every year, for all those officers who actually take part and do something phenomenal with this, there's always one who stands out. And this year's actually is probably the one who does the most work and who gains no recognition for it, because ultimately when we talk about the leadership of the officer corps, we often talk about Nolan. Nolan has done a tremendous job doing things. There's actually one person in the shadow supporting him on a day-to-day basis, really pushing the envelope and really making sure that things are going the way that they're supposed to be, and sometimes keeping me and Nolan in check. So I'd like to introduce the 2014 Premier Officer for his spiel here now, Mahishan Gnanaseharan.
For the record, I had no idea this was happening. So good evening, everyone. Like Mike said, my name is Mahishan, and I've had the privilege of serving you as Lieutenant Governor this year. And it's hard to sum up my role and my contribution to the program in one short speech, but I'll try my best to find a balance here. So, I started off last April 2013, working with Governor Edmondson, and planning out new things we wanted to do with the conference. And that led to officer meetings and working with other officers to produce things like the Day of Service, the scholarship, and other wonderful things like that. And it's safe to say that not all of our ideas made it through the washing machine, but many of the changes that you see here today are a result of all the hard work that we put in behind the scenes. And I believe I've done, okay, so I've done a little bit of everything here. So I've been to courts, like Mike said, I've stayed up until maybe 3 o'clock in the morning on working on manuals or things like that. But the greatest part of my job wasn't ever passing bills or writing things for you guys. It was actually getting to know you and talk to you through things like the Day of Service or conference itself and pre-ledge. And this experience, this amazing weekend we've all been experiencing, it means so much more to me than you could ever imagine. And it means all of the all-nighters, it means all of the tears and all of the laughs I've shared with all of you amazing people. And this weekend especially, I've been asked what I've done and what I've learned through this whole year. And to be honest, I'm not entirely sure yet. But I do know there are 31 amazing people, amazing officers amongst you that I've had the pleasure of working with. And if the success of the conference can be attributed to anyone, the least of which is me, it's to them. So I think they deserve a round of applause. And even more than that, I mean, the program staff will come back every year, some of whom have been doing this longer than I've been alive. So they're really inspiring. They're really the invisible heroes that make things run in the conference that you see here. And I draw a lot of my inspiration from their dedication and what they do here. And you're the reason I'm sleep deprived, teary-eyed, and really hungry. but you're also the reason I've had one of the greatest experiences I've had in my 15 short years. And I'm going to keep this short because I don't like your ramble, but thank you so much, and I hope to say hi to all of you very soon.
Thank you, Mahishan. And how old are you, by the way? Oh, so that makes me only 21, thank you. All right, so obviously we call this the Governor's Banquet for a reason. So we do come to our final speaker. Like I mentioned earlier, I've had the privilege of running this program for 5 years, or being able to be its strongest advocate for 5 years.